Father Conversations on this wonderful Sunday afternoon in the month of March. Oh my God, I almost went to May. I don't know why. How is everybody doing out there? And how are we stewarding? Are we making full potential? Are we maximizing the potential of every opportunity we've been given? But God has given us great things. He's given us talents. He's given us opportunities. And this is the day that the Lord has made. We will rejoice and be glad in it. How's everybody doing out there? I hope we're amazing because it's amazing over here. Praise God. I want to thank you for being here and allowing us into your homes on this wonderful Sunday afternoon. It's a pleasure of ours, and we look forward to it because we get to share. And while we're sharing with you, we're being blessed as well. That's the amazing thing about blessing others and ministering to others and trying to help others. While you're helping others, God is helping you as well. And you're getting something from it. So that's why we love it over here. Don't forget, Father Reach right here. Donate, donate, donate. This is a year where we're going to be doing some things because let me tell you, God has spoken in so many ways. And the more you see things unfold, the more you realize how God works. And we look for every opportunity to get what God has called us for or called us to, so that we could be everything God has called us to be. So empower value. You better be empowering some value, because right now is the perfect time for empowered value to be empowering value. Find the opportunity and maximize it. So Father Reach, we're helping our human traffic victims. We refuse to forget about them because they're the ones that usually get the brunt of everything that goes on, whether it be in the economy, whether it be in society, whether it be in our spiritual situations. When you have people who are down and out, you got to pick them up so they can enjoy the blessings of life. And then right here is our Map It Zap It book. Get it, $29.99. We have it on Amazon, on Fava Market, on our website, favorofagreatgod.com, and we have it on Apple Books as well. So go get it, go get it, go get it. We have audio. We have an audiobook form on Spotify as well as in our Fava Market as well. So, and that's for $19.99, but the book is $29.99, and the audiobook is $19.99 on our website, but in Spotify it's $15.49. So go out there, get it, and start the journey of mapping it and zapping it. Any area of your life, when you have a situation, whether you want to get it better or you want to get out of it or whatever it is, whether it's a bad situation you want to get out of, or you want to make a good situation better, map it and zap it. Figure out where you're at, how to get to where you want to get to, and get on track with doing it, getting over those hurdles, getting over those obstacles, and getting to where God wants you to be. So we want you to map it, zap it. Check our website, favorofagreatgod.com, and we have all kinds of goodies on there for you. We have all kinds of stuff in the Fava Market. Everything you buy, the proceeds go towards our human traffic victims. Anything with the logo Fava Reach, everything goes towards our human traffic victims, because we want to be empowering value in the earth. Oh my God. And we have something new coming for you guys in April. I think it starts April 9th. We want to add a new level to our conversation. So we just added a new feature, the Fava Conversation List. That's where we're going to be digging deep into situations. We're going to be doing an investigative, I call it investigative conversation. We're going to be talking in all different areas, whether it be in news things that you're hearing in the news, whether it be in health situations, whether it be in the there's another field we have, whether it be in the entertainment field, all the different things. We're going to look at current events and things that are happening in our world right now, and we're going to break them down. We're going to investigate and map it and zap it, get to the issue and get to the solution of the problem. So we're going to be doing that. It's coming. You go to your Fava Conversation page on our website, scroll all the way down, you're going to see the Fava Conversation. And this one is not going to be a free issue like this is. It's going to be $5.99. It's a subscription of $5.99, and you get to see all the different, you get to go through all the episodes that we have in that podcast series. So don't forget, we're going to be doing this our first season, something new we're trying. Like I said, been working on different things. Just like we're giving you advice, we're working as well. We have to do what we say. So we're trying to bring in new items. So that's a new item we've been working on. I've been thinking about it, and I just found a way to get it done. So it's going to be really interesting. Okay, we're working on it. It's new, and then we're going to try to grow it into something really good, because I have that investigative part of me likes to come out now and again. So I'm like, I like to dig deep, and that's why we map it and zap it. So, and we also give you an opportunity to comment and to give to join us in the investigative process. It's not just going to be us. It's going to be us and you sending us your information that you receive or that you from your research, and we're going to work with it. And if you have topics you want us to investigate deep in, let us know, and we will be going right on there with you, and you'll be helping us until we get to the situation and we zap that thing. So that's what we're going to be looking. We're going to be doing this one of our new features. So check out the website. When you go on the website, you're going to see all the different pages. Go to the Fava conversation page, scroll all the way down to the bottom. That's where you get the link to get to this show. That's where you get the link to get our YouTube. I think it's our Facebook and our Instagram, I think. And then we may need to add the TikTok because we've been on TikTok. I have to worry. Something's been going on with TikTok, so I have to find out and then you can see us on. You've been seeing us on there before, but I'm not sure what happened, what changed. So I have to figure that out so we can get back on there. And then right next to it, you'll see the Father Conversationalist, and it's $5.99 a month to subscribe. And then we're going to get right now we have most of our first season done already. So you get a new issue every week. So that's how we're going to do it. I think right now it's on Wednesday of every week, starting on the 9th of April, I believe. And then you'll see those, and then we'll start with new other seasons and whatever. So this is new, and we're starting small, but I think it's very interesting. We've been enjoying making those podcasts, so I think it's going to really, really bless your heart. Okay, all right. So that's one of our features. We'll let you know every new thing that's coming up. Don't forget Fava Festival coming up. Get your coinage together. This year we're going to have a little bit of a difference with it, so we'll let you know more about that. But please plan to be with us, whether it's virtual or in person. We always tell everybody we're going to leave that virtual space right there. And with everything going on in the news, right there, because we don't know. It's just all different things happen. And I like to have that backup in case for uncertain situations. So we just keep it right there and that's working for us. So we want to do that, especially when you're doing different things and you go in different places. You want to make sure you have that so you can reach people no matter what happens. Lord have mercy. Okay, so to our topic for the day, and it's if you checked our blog, I think were we on time this week? I think we were on time. We were on time. Friday at 8 a.m. every Friday. Look for it. If you don't see it, it's gonna come the weekend sometime. So just be prepared. We try. We do well for most of the time. It's just sometimes things get a little busy and we forget or we're doing something. So that's the thing. That's what we have to keep up. But we did well this week. Okay, hold on 1 second. Let me address the situation and we'll be right with you. Hold on. Just have to address the personal situation here, guys. Almost done. Oh my God. Okay. Yes. So, okay, back to it. So this week we were on time. Oh my God. And that was a wonderful thing. And today we're going to keep on doing for the month of, I think this is the next Friday, will be the last Friday in March. So we're just going to keep on doing keeping that she did that segment so we can highlight the women who have made significant contributions to our society and what we are today. So we're going to do that. I wonder if I shouldn't just hold on 1 second. Let me try something. I wasn't thinking about that, but I may want to do that. Let me just try it and see. Let's just try. We're going to try to go to the website and share my screen so we could read along because I'm just going to basically be reading their biography and then go through there. So I just like sometimes I just highlight, but it's just such important things that I'm finding out from those stuff that I'm like, I probably need to just let y'all read it with me because these women were amazing. Okay. I mean, the people with like Marie Curie from last week, and today is another Marie, and she's Marie. What is it? Marie Van Britten Brown. I would never think she'd have that name because she was black. She's black, but Marie Van Britten Brown. Okay. All right. You can, again, go to our website, favorforgreatgod.com, and you get all this wonderful situation. Okay, let me share my screen with you. so that we can read together. Okay? Okay, hold on. Okay. Okay, she did that. Marie Van Britten Brown, born 1922, died 1999. Didn't know this, but yeah, she lived a good long life. Marie Van Britten Brown was the inventor of the first home security system. She's also credited with the invention of the first closed circuit television. Now, let me tell you something. These are things you won't know unless you do your research. Brown was born in Queens, New York. Shout out to Queens on October 22, 1922, and resided there until her death on February 2nd, 1999, at age 76. Her father was born in Massachusetts, and her mother was from Pennsylvania. So she lived in that same place for all her life. The patent for the invention was filed in 1966, and it later influenced modern home security systems that are still used today. Brown's invention was inspired by the security risks that her home faced in the neighborhood where she lived. Marie Brown worked as a nurse, and her husband, Albert Brown, worked as an electronics technician. Their work hours were not the standard 9 to 5, and the crime rate in their Queens, New York City neighborhood was very high. Even when the police were contacted in the event of an emergency, the response time tended to be slow. As a result, Brown looked for ways to increase her level of personal security. She needed to create a system that would allow her to know who was at her home and contact relevant authorities as quickly as possible. Brown's security system was the basis for the two-way communication and surveillance features of modern security. Her original invention was comprised of peepholes, a camera, monitors, and a two-way microphone. The final element was an alarm button that could be pressed to contact the police immediately. Three peepholes were placed on the front door at different height levels. The top one was for tall persons, the bottom was for children, and the middle one was for anyone of average height. At the opposite side of the door, a camera was attached with the ability to slide up and down to allow the person to see through each peephole. The camera picked up images that would reflect on the monitor via a wireless system. The monitor could be placed in any part of the house to allow you to see who was at the door. There was also a voice component to enable Brown to speak to the person outside. If the person was perceived to be an intruder, the police would be notified with the push of a button. If the person was a welcome or expected visitor, the door could be unlocked via remote control. Marie and Albert Brown filed for a patent on August 1st, 1966, under the title Home Security System Utilizing Television Surveillance. Their application was approved on December 2nd, 1969. Brown's invention gained her well-deserved recognition, including an award from the National Scientists Committee. No year for the award can be identified, and an interview with the New York Times on December 6, 1969. Brown's invention laid the foundation for later security systems that make use of its features such as video monitoring, remote control door locks, push button alarm triggers, instant messaging to security providers and police, as well as two-way voice communication. Her invention is still used by small businesses, small offices, single-family homes, and multi-unit dwellings such as apartments and condominiums. The Brown's patent was later referenced by 13 other inventors, including some as recently as 2013. Brown was the mother of two children, one of whom, Norma Brown, went on to become a nurse and inventor. And then we have the website that we found it on, blackpast.org example. And she was African American. And my thing is, at the end, I put at the end of all of this, we have no excuse. Get it done. Can you believe that an African American woman in 1966, just because she needed security, and Queens, I mean, I've been in Queens for a long time because my aunt lived in Queens for years, so we were always visiting Queens. Where we were was not that bad, but there's some areas that are really bad. And can you believe a woman? Because a lot of people who would sit there and they would complain and say, oh my God, this is crime and all that stuff going on. And oh, the earth is falling. She said, I'm going to do something about it. That's why we're talking about empowered value, empowering value. That's one of the reasons I highlighted her. She didn't just sit there and say, oh, well, I'm a woman and I'm a middle class woman working in society. My husband and I are here. We're African Americans. And back then, we were just coming out of the slave trade and everything. So things were still kind of heavy. The segregation, not segregation, but racial uh, differences and stuff like that was still kind of still fresh back then. We're coming out of it, but we're still fresh. And she decided, I'm going to do something about it. I'm not going to complain. The police may become a little slow. There's the heightened danger in here, and people are scared of this area. But I'm going to protect myself and my family. So she created something that wasn't there before. That is what you talk about when you say empowered value, empowering value. She did that thing. And you have to be like, you have to have tenacity. And because she's a nurse. I think she was a nurse, they said, right? She wasn't in that space, that technical, mechanical space. Well, her husband was. So he probably added some influence in there as well. But she said, we're going to do something about this. We may not be the richest people in the earth. We may not have everything we need to have, but we're going to create something because we are not going to accept that we have to be susceptible to such conditions. And she put that thing in, and to this day, and believe you, and had enough wisdom to trademark it and patent it. So now she's making money from that thing, and she's gone, but her children are making money from it. Her grandchildren, it will live on with her family because she dared to say, I'm going to do something about this. And that's why I say, if she could do that then, she didn't have no AI, she didn't have no computer, she didn't have no computer on her phone, she didn't have none of that. And she said, I'm going to do something about this. And now she's in the historical books. Marie Van Britten Brown. Remember that name and keep it in your mind and let that encourage you. Help that spur you on. That no matter what my situation, I could do what I set my mind to do. If God has given me the ability, I'm going to do it. And I'm going to work to create it. And now she's created something that many people I have never heard of her. And we have a doorbell alarm. We have cameras all over our property and all that stuff. We never ever thought, I would never think that came from a little black lady in Queens, a little mama. She wasn't even like a techie person. She wasn't a mechanical engineer, none of that. She was just a little mama. She was a nurse, and she said, I'm going to do something about this. And she did what she said she's going to do. And now we are all blessed because of it. Hold on one second, y'all. Now we are all blessed because of it. Now every different people could grow, could use her model to create and to build on all the systems that we have today. Because she said, oh no, we need 2 cameras, we need 3 cameras. And that's what's cute about it. 3 cameras, tall, medium, short. And she moved that thing up and down. It probably was a bigger contraption, but it got the job done. And she was able to improve her security situation. What are you doing? And these are the things I'm telling you. Philippians 4:13 said, I can do all things through Christ who strengtheneth me. No matter what it seems like, no matter what my limitations, no matter who I know and who I don't know, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. And everybody who could be, whether it's a billionaire, whether it's a major inventor, whether it's Steve Jobs, all these guys, they were in the same position where they decided, I'm going to do something that I don't see, but I know is needed. And I'm going to create it from whatever it is I have. Another thing is, look at what you have in your hand and work with it. And I'm going to create it. What is in your hand? And I can, to make sure I solve the problem that is causing me a little angst. And when they did that, they became who they are today. They became the billionaires of the world. They became the millionaires of the world. They became the solutions to the problems that we see today in the world. So that means it's not just for them. It's for anybody who will dare to say, I will stand up and do something. I will do what God, what do you want me to create that can impact somebody's life, that can impact the world? But you can start with one person, of course, but you never know. The solution that you need in your life could be the solution that somebody else needs. And you just do it and do it the way God tells you to, and map it and zap it and get it done. That is what it's all about. And sometimes we get caught up in what we have, what we don't have, who we know, who we don't know, and just sit there and allow life to pass you by when God is saying, I'm going to do a miracle with you. If you'll just step out in faith and do what I tell you to do, watch the things that will happen. Watch the doors that will open. Watch what you will create. Watch how you will help people. And it's always started, not just when you do this thing, don't just have money in mind. So I always tell people, it's not just about the money, it's about why. It's the problem you're solving. It's the people you're helping. It's the people you're impacting. It's the glory you're giving to God. It's always about the why. Why am I doing it? And that will keep you from corruption. That will keep you from pollution. That will keep you from evil and doing wicked things to people. I just watched something the other night, the movie I was watching the other night, and they were police officers, and they started out wanting what they, I don't know what it is. I think they wanted more money or something they wanted, and end up killing even their own each other, their own fellow officers, because they got greedy, and then they did something they were not supposed to do, and then they wanted to cover up what they were not supposed to do, and end up killing. Even their families got caught up in it. Their wives died because people forget the whys. They forget what it's all about. It's not just about the money, because then you get greedy. It's about, how can I help a situation? How can I eliminate a problem? How can I be a blessing to others? And that will keep you not just being blessed, but keep you from doing crazy. And every time I see people doing crazy, there's a greediness happening there. I always say God does not like greediness. Greediness is a sin. Gluttony is a sin. This isn't the Bible too. So, and that's what I appreciate about that little mama. She did it to help her family. And she had the wisdom enough to, you better patent that thing, girl. You better put a trademark on that thing, because these people are coming. When people come up, you have to do, and that was the thing that's helping to bless her family to this day, because her daughter is being blessed, and she has a son that's being blessed. And then the daughter, I guess she got inspired by the mom. She's a nurse too, but she's also an inventor. And so you just create the things God will do through you when you dare to trust him and believe him, and you have no excuse. I don't care what I hear people say, you have no excuse. That's why we have to do what God has called us to. He's brought us here. He's given us opportunities. He's given us freedom. He's given us intellect. He's given us technology and advancement greater than any has ever been seen on the earth. We are the most advanced generation of people that has ever lived. So you have no excuse. You can do everything with this phone. I'm telling you, I am doing, when I see the things, I go and try it out to make sure it can be done. And when I see that what the AI is doing, I'm like, God, Jesus, have mercy. What in the world? The AI is doing things. And for small business owners like myself, it's amazing, because when you have limited resources, limited money, all that good stuff. But you want to have excellent production and excellent things done excellently. And you're like, well, how am I going to do this? Because I don't have all the money that the big guys have. Because you have to start somewhere. You can't just let your limited resources cause you not to start. You have to start. And when I started hearing about the AI, I said, well, let me see what this thing can do. This thing is remarkable. Remarkable. I'm telling you. And it helps you. It's just like some people are saying, it's the assistant that you don't have. It's sometimes it's like all the assistants in one. But you can find so many things with this, and it can help you get your message out, get your purpose out, all these different things. And so if they could have done that with what they had, we have no excuse of what we have. That's why I tell you, get it done, and get it done fast. That's the other thing people have been talking about. We have to have a speedation to it. And that's what AI is that speedy element that you need. Okay. And so, but I always say, machines don't work without people. So don't cancel people for machines. You may need less people, but make sure you have the right people there to back it up in case it goes bad, so they can put the right information in, they can fix it up well and whatever, so you don't have your customers lagging because of a glitch. So it's important to understand that. But let me tell you something. Oh my goodness, my little techie friends. I'm looking for one person to work with me, because the things that can be done, but it is just amazing. So if she could do that back then, and she wasn't too far away, 1966 is not that far away, but it's still a far away. I mean, we have advanced more since 2000 probably that even all this time. I mean, a lot of the things we have, the iPhones and everything, came in late 1990s into the 2000s. I mean, really, we used to have the cell phone, but they were big. And this started, I think it was the BlackBerry that came first, right? I think so. And then the iPhone. I remember that. And everybody was like, oh my God, that phone is too little. How can it do it? And then we started to see what it could do. And it was like, whoa. And now everybody has one. It's like a mini computer in your hand. It's not like it is. You could do everything on the phone that you could do on your laptop and your computers. And that's what technology has done. So we have all this available to us right now. We have no excuse. Get it done. And that's what I keep telling people. We have no excuse. So we have to get on our laurels and start doing being the new Marie Van Brittens of this world so we can get things done. Because my God, she did that thing. Yes, God. Okay, our point is for the day. She did the innovative. Oh my goodness. Like women usually when we think about things, we're not thinking like me, I'm a little different. I always tell you I'm a little different. I know it. But we're maybe thinking more about things with women, like makeup and fashion and all that good stuff. That's good. That's good. I mean, yeah, we need all that, get all that stuff. But she went for, I need to secure my home. Me and my husband are working hours and we can't secure our home and it's dangerous on these streets. So I need to figure out how we're going to do this. And they didn't say the husband. They put her. So she probably invented it and the husband with his electrical abilities probably helped put it together for her. She did that thing. Because they didn't put both, they put her. And she just decided we need some security up in here. So we're going to do something. And husband, you'll help me and we're going to patent that thing and then do what we do. And it worked. And she patented it and they're making money to this day. It'll be like a generational wealth situation. Okay, because we're going to always need security. Because these streets are, Lord help us. So that's the thing I'm saying. When we understand who we are, we'll do what seems impossible. We'll do the innovative. It's not going to be like, don't try to be like everybody else. Be like you. Be authentic. Be who you are. Find out what is the problem that God wants you to solve and do that thing your way, God's way, and watch God do great things with it. She did the innovative. She did what most people would not think she could do, but she did it. Next, she did what was necessary. It was necessary to have protection for her home. She couldn't rely on the police. She couldn't rely on the neighbors. She couldn't rely on anyone, but she could rely on herself and her family and said, we got to pull this together so we can protect ourselves because no one's coming into our home and stealing and robbing and all that and killing us. We have to make sure we find a way to protect ourselves. So she did what was necessary for her family and she did it well. And you can tell she was diligent because she thought of everything from the height of the peephole to the bell at the doorbell that you had to ring, all these different things. She put it together well, and she thought of everything that was needed to make that security system work for her and her family. And that also worked for other families as well, because other people, security issues are never going away. We will always have security issues as long as sin has affected man. Okay. And even when people get delivered, you're still going to have people who need to be regenerated. So you're always going to need that. So she did what was necessary. My God. Then she did it with wisdom. That's the part that got, she had wisdom. I'm not sure who told her, but she figured out, wait a minute, we got to patent this thing. This thing is good, but we got to patent it because somebody's going to come along and try to use our idea, and we got to get a patent on it to protect it and to make sure they pay us for our invention. And sometimes we forget about those things on that space, but it's important to do those things because people just go everywhere doing everything and trying to take everything. And you have to know, okay, this is something that could bring wealth to my family. So I need to do what's necessary. And she went and she got a patent in 1966. And to this day, I bet you she's getting money from it because most of the security systems have that component to it. The cameras, the being able to see outside. Then you have the part that even the part you could talk to people through the doorbell because that's what the door ring is like. So all these different things. So when you build on them, people have to pay for that. My God, this is the more I talk about it, the more I see how amazing that woman was. And she did it with wisdom. She didn't just do any little rinky dinky thing. She said, we're going to do this thing well. We're going to do it classy and we're going to make some money. And she did that. The wisdom that she had with that. Then she laid the foundation for future security systems. She laid the foundation. I'm not sure if she knew what she was doing then, but she probably had a little glimpse into it because she patented it. But she laid the foundation for all these security systems we see today. Because most security systems, they have cameras, they can see you, and most of them they can talk to you, and most of them can do different things, right? And she's the one that started that. God will give you wisdom and direction as to how you can do things that are solid, that are foundational, that people can build on and have a firm footing with. And that's what happened with her. She didn't just, when you make things, never try to make them like in a rinky-dinky manner, shoddy, just the shortcut. Make them well, no matter what your situation is, no matter what your background is. Make them well so people of every ethnicity, of every culture, of every class can look at them and say, oh my God, that is amazing. So always do things with excellence. And that's what she did, down to the patent. She was not playing with that thing. She said, I'm providing security, but she recognized this could be a big deal. So I'm going to do it well. So people will look at it and say, like, oh, that was well done. We can follow that pattern. And finally, she did the historical. She made history. To this day, we're talking about it. I didn't even know about it. I just, every time I have these special months like Black History Month or Women's Month, I just Google, and Google is your friend. Google and see who are the famous women who've made a significant impact in the earth. And she was on the list. And I was like, now who is this? Marie Van Britten Brown. I've never heard of her. But when I started to read, I'm like, she started the what? Not the security system that we all love and enjoy today. Oh, yes, she did. She did that. And I said, okay, we have to share her story. Because I like to find the people, because you know the people that everybody knows. Even Marie was it Curie? Curie from last week. I've heard of her before. Many people don't focus on it, but I've heard of her before. But I've never heard of this particularly. I like to find the people that people don't normally think of, but they've made such a contribution. It's affecting us, but we don't even know that this person started a foundation for something that's so necessary in our society today. And she did that thing. She was African American. She was not in her field. And she decided, I'm going to make a difference to protect my family. She did the historical. So when you're doing things for God, when you're standing up and you want to say, God, I want to make a difference, I want to empower Valley, you don't have to do it like everybody else. Just do what is necessary to you. What is the problem, God, that's causing me a little disgust, disgust, and just a little, make it a little tight. And how can I solve that problem? And God will show you. I'm telling you, God will show you every time. And even if you're a woman, God will show you. Even if you're a man, God will show you. Even if you're a child, God will show you. Because our children are inventing now. And you can make a difference. And you can empower value everywhere you go because you dare to say, I'm not going to allow my limitations to stop me from doing what God has called me to. I'm going to do it. And I'm going to step out in faith. And God's going to give me everything I need to do what he's called me to do. That's what it's about. And then we could say, you did that. Oh my God, you did that. And we can celebrate you and your family and for generations will be able to celebrate the fact that you made the difference that's affecting not just them, but the world, because you dared to do what seemed impossible because God was with you. And if God, I always tell you, if you're not walking with God, you need to make that decision. That's why we try to give you a chance at the end of every program to make that decision, because he puts a super on your natural and helps you do the things that you would not even believe. You'd be like, whoa, what's that, God? When you trust him and you listen to him, oh, the things he'll do with you. My God, my God. Okay, with that said, let's go to our stewarded segment. How many of you all are stewarding out there? Now, let me tell you something. I don't care how shaky it is. This is the opportunity. And we've been talking about it, the sale opportunity, the building opportunity, the observe and research opportunity. And I'm like, but I'm hearing, and I'm like, well, probably I shouldn't say because I'm the cautious opportunity. There's one thing. I'm looking at things that I'm always really cautious and praying about it. And I'm like, probably I shouldn't be telling them this because probably I don't want people to go out there and do crazy. I mean, remember, this is always an educational space, but we're still motivating you to do and not to sit down and decide, well, I can't do this. But then I've been listening to all my mentors and all my little coaches that I hear there and there, and they've been saying the same thing. It's an opportunity. It's the biggest, when you have these drops in the stock market and all that stuff, that's when the big boys are out there looking for sale, because that's when you get the cheapest real estate. That's when you get the stocks for less, and then you get it there, and then it just goes boom, and then you're in there. That's what happened with Nvidia. Nvidia was as low as $11 and I think $11 and some cents when they started, but everybody knew it was coming, and people bought it, and to this day, it made probably I think it probably made more millionaires than anything else, because they bought it then, and that thing went all the way up to 1,500 plus a share. So if you had about 100 shares of that thing at $11, ooh, now you see what I'm talking about. it made a lot of millions. Right now, it's going through a little drinky time, but it's still okay because it's gone down a little bit, but it's picking it up. So you just have to, and you don't just sell everything because that's what everybody's getting the space of selling and they're getting scared or whatever. You don't just sell everything, you leave it there because it's going back up and you don't know when, but you just leave it there. You could do some little short sales, but I've been learning about that part where you sell it at a price and then when it drops and you can buy it back at a cheaper price. So then you have some extras left over. That's another thing you could do, another strategy you could do when during this kind of economic situation where things are a little upsy, whatever. So you could, that's something you could do, but you have to watch it. And so if you see it dropping, you sell some of it. I don't sell everything. I can't do, some people do that kind of stuff. And I'm like, I'm not that much of a risk. I'm not much of a risk taker that. So I always sell like a couple shares just to see how it's doing. And then when it drops, I just buy them and you buy them cheaper. So you have the extra money in your brokerage account to spend and to buy other stocks or whatever. So that's another thing, another strategy you can use for this time. But don't just sell everything off. No. Wait, see what's going on, and to look for the ones that are cheap and you can buy them because they're going to go boom. Like when you have things that drop like Apple and Netflix and Nvidia and Amazon, these kind of stocks, they're here for a while, so they're going to go back up. So you buy them at the discount. Women, we know about this. We love a sale, and then you wait for them to go up. Okay, so sorry, strategy is very important during this time that we live. It's a lot of strategy. You got to watch what's going on. You got to listen to what's going on in the news, listen to the stock market, and try to figure out what is going on. That's why all the stocks that we suggest or that we tell you, put it on your watch list to see if it works for you. Because of everything going on, I like to watch before I just buy because of the uncertainty going on right now. Okay, so that's one thing we could do. Another thing I'm hearing, a lot of people are saying that people are going into the Chinese stocks. Look at some of those Chinese stocks. I know one that I heard of a long time ago was Baidu, BIDU, and a lot of people are buying over there because some of their stocks are going up a lot, and so they're looking like they're pretty valuable. So start researching some of the Chinese stocks. If China has a lot of stocks in their stock market, and seeing what works for you, what is the price and all that stuff, put them on your watch list and see if they'll work for your portfolio. And then another one I've been hearing about is India. Apparently, India is becoming a big business and development country. So I've been hearing some of the coaches talk about investing over there is a really good thing because a lot of our tech people are coming out of there. They're buying up some of our they even here, companies here, they work for, they hire people from over there, especially because of the virtual space or whatever. And so there's a lot of development taking place there. So some people are looking into even purchasing things over there. Just because I'm in the Marriott Bonvoy situation, and Marriott's talking about how they're looking like a good prospect for probably more hotels or whatever. So look at that situation over there and see what stocks they have that could become something that we could invest in. And then, of course, don't forget to invest in our American stocks as well. I tell people, we help everybody else, but we got to help. God bless the child has his own. So support our American-made companies, and especially with everything going on, support our American-made companies because they affect us. Right? Everybody else affects them. They're taking care of their business. We have to take care of our business so that we can continue being viable and being prosperous in this country as well. So these are the little things I've been hearing. Let me see if we can share our screen, our Weibo screen, so we can see what's going on. There's one thing I wanted to talk to about with the dividends. And there has been a little dip here and there, but it goes up and down. So it hasn't gone down as much as it could, but it's done a little dive. Okay. So that's why I say, see, Apple went up on Friday. That's since Friday. But it took a little dive and it came back up. But it's not going down too much. And these are the good stuff. Nvidia is right under 117. Lord Jesus. It was at 118. I think went up to like a 120 something. So it's still a good situation. And people it's still high. There's a lot of trading. The trading with Nvidia is still like they're one of the top millions every day, early. Everything else is like struggling to come up, but there goes Nvidia. And that's because I think there's buying and selling and everything going on. So it's one of the top volume, top trading stocks right now. So they're still doing okay. Okay, I mean, it's just different things going on with the people still worried and uncertainty about the tariffs and all these different things going on. But as people start understanding what it's all about, then it's bringing a little calm to the situation, I think. And we're seeing prices going down. Even I was hearing in the news about egg prices going down, and um gas prices are down. So we're getting a little stability coming here. It's a little shaky, but again, when you have to restructure things, it's going to be a little shaky. So you enjoy the state. If the restructuring is bringing about a better situation, you want that. You don't want things to just stay the same and they're going downhill fast. That's never something that's good for any company, any organization, any family, any country. You want to make sure your financial situation, budgets are being met, things are being done so that you can maintain the prosperity and not go down into a decline. And that's what you have to be sure of no matter what happens. So they're doing what they're doing, and we're doing what we're doing. And don't forget, if you're buying things from people, partner with them to make some money. And the best way to do that is the dividend stocks and the options. I'm hearing about the Bitcoins, y'all, and they're doing good, but I can't, I just don't feel comfortable with it yet. People are just too tricksy for me. So I have to watch it and see what it does and start with two. Like I always say, if you start with something, start with 1 or 2 shares and then see what happens there. But don't go put all your money in that thing and all of a sudden things dropping. You have to understand it and see what's going on. So when I get more of an understanding about it, I'll probably feel like introducing it to the situation. If anybody out there has an understanding about it, share it on our chat in the comments, and we could probably work in that space and see how we could get it done because whew, it's a lot. Spy is another one that we really like, and Spy is doing good. Vu is doing good as well. I don't know where my stuff goes, y'all, because I have all this stuff, but to me, I don't see it. Hold on. Yeah, I don't know. It's there and it's on my watch list, but I can't, when I come to look for them, they're all over the place. So I don't know what's going on. But anyway, Vu is still there. They go up and down a little bit, but there you see how their charts, they're decent and they're 520. So that's something, these are the ETFs that you want to invest in if they're a little more secure because they're a pool of the best companies in the world, the best stocks in the world, like a whole bunch, at least 100, and if not, and more companies. And so it's a little more, if one goes down, you still have that basket of variety so that you know that all your money is not going to be lost. So it's a little more secure, but so a lot of people go in there. So the VU and SPY are two of my favorites. VTI is also a good one as well. And there's some others, of course. Spies, and I said SPY, yeah, I did. See, Netflix is right at, it went back up to 960. So at least it's there. So we just have a decent situation. Now, another thing I was going to show you are the let me see if I can, the financials. I'm trying to, I'm not sure how if they have it like this here. Oh my God, I thought they did. See, now it's a bigger hole. Who's that? Good. That's one of the REITs. See, there's a strong buy and buy, but a bigger hole. So that's what's going on there right now with it. But I'm trying to see because on our Good is one of the companies. I think they're the ones that give stocks every month. That's something I was trying to show you guys on here. But it's not showing like that. That's the whole year. So that's 30 minutes. Where's the whole? See, I'm trying to show the dividends. See, that's what I like about the one when you see it on the app. It shows you some things that I'm not seeing. It's not analysis. I think income balance sheet, cash flow. No, it's a chart I'm looking for, and that's the chart. But this one is not showing. Yeah. Okay, hold on. Are we gonna get? Hopefully, we can get it. I'm not sure. I may have to just. Yeah, I may have to just take it from here. Because on the app, you see it better. But anyway, let's do like Good. Because Good is one of those companies that give dividends every month. If you check on the app, when you go in the area with the chart, you click on the 1 year. See, that's what I'm not seeing. Try to get it to the 1 year. And when you click on the 1 year, it's going to show you every point, and it's marked with a D where they gave dividends. That's a way for you to know the stocks that gives dividends every month. Like Nvidia, if you click on Nvidia, Nvidia does every quarter, I believe. Is it every quarter? See, I'm not seeing it here. I wish I could show it to you guys. Because on my phone you could see it clear, but I don't know if you all can see my phone like that. And hopefully, I don't know if you could show me, but I don't know if you could see it. But if you could see it, like good as you could see whatever the D's are, that's the dividend. So that shows you the ones that give dividends every month. Whereas Nvidia, when you click on them, they have every quarter. So these are how you can know which ones give you how frequently the dividends are distributed. So that's something you could look for if you're trying to create monthly streams of income, quarterly streams of income. Some of them even do two a year or whatever. I don't know if you could see this, guys. I'm trying my best. I can't find it on this and the desktop version, and I'm not sure why. So I have to go and do research on this again because I am not on the desktop too much. I am more on the phone because it does one, two, three. I can see what I'm doing and get it together. But yeah. But anyway, because so Nvidia is one that does their dividends every quarter. So like every 3 months you get the dividends. And so some people you want to get something every month. So you look for the ones when you click on them and you're trying to buy them, check the chart, go to the chart and see how many times you see the D's, and that'll tell you how much. And then you can tap the D and see how much dividend they gave. So then that could tell you, and the date it was given, that could tell you if they're growing in their dividends. Some companies the dividends go down based on their profits. Some of them the dividends goes up, and some they stay the same. Now, if they're going up or they're staying the same, that's good. If they're going down, you may want to see what's going on. Look at the research into the company, see why their profits are down, see what's going on with them. So that could let you know if that's something you want to go in, that's a company you want to go with. Okay, so these are the different ways you could tell. I wish I could show it to you, but I can't. So that's something I was trying to show you guys. So when you're doing that, looking for the dividends, that's something you could do. Now for the options, you don't need that. You just need to know, check the option chain to see what options they give, and see if they're good options and see if they will work for you, and then you go that way. Okay, so I just thought I'd mention that. I thought about it and I said, let me show them this right here, because that's when you're, especially if you come from a state like even the people who are like, if your income gets a little situation, you're laid off, whatever, and you're trying to find a way to create income, that passive income every month, that you have when you're looking at companies to buy the stocks from, that's one thing you need to look for. How often do they give dividends? How much dividends are they giving? When you see that, you can see, well, probably I need to, because we do under analysis in Webull, they tell you the percentage, but you need to see the dollar amount, how much they give you per share or whatever. And then you can see if that works for you, and that can help you strategize. How many shares do I need to buy? What is my goal with this? And you need to always figure out how much money do I need to make, and how much do I need to buy that will bring in the dividends that could give me that. And then the options is another thing that's even faster again, because you can get $500, $1,000, whatever, one time. So these are the things you need to look for, and that can help you plan. I always tell people, even if you have a job, with the way things are going, you need to build up some type of entrepreneurship, some type of passive income that can balance off anything that goes on. Because the times we're living in, and especially with the AI situation coming, people are not going to need people. You have to work with the AI, and it may not mean that everybody, I don't think it's going to take away jobs. I just think they won't need as many people. So it's going to be a diversity. So you need to learn to work with the AI space, learn the different things that happen that may end up helping you. And if you can do something on the side, do it. If you can do the stock market, everybody's supposed to be in the stock market because your 401ks are based in the stock market. Some people allow them to work for you, or you could do it for yourself. I rather do it for myself because I've just heard about too many things in the news, and I've been doing it for such a while that I just rather do it for myself. But you have to be disciplined. But if you work it well and you understand what's going on, you can build that income strategy to the point where you build it, and you may not even need to do that. You go back to that place or that job or whatever, and now you can be building something at your speed, and it's compounding every time dividends come in. It's compounding in bigger and bigger and bigger. So that's something I want to just make sure I let you all know, because sometimes people don't know that, and they're like, well, how am I making the income every month? And how can I do this? You just look at how much dividends, how many times you're giving, and say, okay, I need to make this a month. If I buy this, I need to have this many shares to make sure this is coming in every month, and make sure check the company, make sure it's doing the profit, and keep building that way. Okay. Okay. And then of course our NASDAQ, we always try to go to NASDAQ, see what's going on there. And you check them for the dividends, check them and see what's going on there with them. Right now, it's good to check because they have little programs on there as well, like different podcasts and people talking. So you can get some information on what's going on in the economy and see what's going on so you can address what needs to be addressed with you and figure out how to trade, because you can be listening to. Sometimes I don't like listening to too many people because some people, yeah, based on their mindset, can be doom and gloom and all that stuff. So I like to listen to certain people. But that's a place where you can get a lot of information as well. If you see the most active by volume, dollar volume, I don't know what Dash is. You see Amazon's there, Apple, you see Nvidia's right there, Microsoft, Meta, Tesla is right there. Tesla's doing situations. Of course, all the things going on has dropped a bit, but it's picking up, and I've been hearing about something coming that's going to make it pick up even more. So these are the things you need to look for, and you can see what's going on. Dash, is that? I think that's DoorDash. They're high in the volume as well. So you can see even more there than on the Weibo platform because this is directly from the horse's mouth. So you go there and you see what's going on, see the activities, see people are buying, what they're selling, and it could give you an idea of what to do and what not to do, which to buy, which not to buy. So when you're doing your research, that's a good place to come to do some research and see what's going on with the economy. And that's why when you follow things like people saying buy stocks in China because of what's going on. You hear what's going on with the news. Like, okay, I can buy some stocks over there because they seem like they're doing well. India as well. So then you could do your research with these companies and these countries now and see what's in there and how you can adjust. You can probably buy some of their stocks in whatever companies. And like I said, look out for our stuff here in the States as well, because I love to share, but we have to take care of ourselves too. So it's to be watch that because it's affecting us directly. Oh my God. I didn't know how direct till I listened to what's going on. Woo, Lord have mercy. Okay, let me see what the dividends are. And there's some dividends coming at the end of March as well. March 31st has quite a few that's coming, especially with the REITs and stuff like that. So you need to look for those as well, because that's your monthly. A lot of the REITs do monthlies. That's why it's so important, because a lot of the REITs are based on its real estate. So when they get in, whether it be their rents or their flips or whatever they do, that's what they give the profits from that are what they use to give you your dividends. So that's going to come every month. So monthly. So you can look for those, and they can add to how much you get monthly in your account. Whatever you, and again, don't just be like what's the name? Marie Van Britten Brown. This is no, you have to create a strategy to bring in what you need. Okay. And then you just say, okay, I'm looking at this. I need this, God. Show me how much of this I need to buy, when I need to buy, strategize. You may have to do something to get more money to invest in there. Do that as well. And always when you get the money, think about how else can I diversify, whether it to be in getting the company or getting properties. You have to think about that. Always tell people the land as well. Land ain't going nowhere. So look for those different avenues to get your monies diversified, and so you can have a more stable portfolio. Okay, so things are coming. What is this I just saw here? Okay, I saw company, but I'm not sure. Okay, I think we got to go back because I'm not sure how much time we have. I think I've been using some time, and I'm like, I don't want it to run away from me. There you go, 9 minutes. But yeah, so these are the different ways we can structure to build our portfolio, to build our finances. That in the midst of famine, the Bible said, in the midst of famine, Isaac sowed. So you don't have to be, hold on. You don't have to let life hit you and think that you're just going to fall. What is going on here? Hold on. Okay, there we go. You don't have to let things hit you and be like, well, say, God, in the midst of all this, we prosper because we're your children, and we need an idea from you. We need an instruction from you that will help us prosper in the midst of all what's going on, and he will help you. And get the mindset that I'm not a victim. There's an opportunity in this situation that you have, so I can build with it and do great things. And I believe that. So you have to keep that mindset, and don't let the devil get you in the thing of doom and gloom and everything's falling. No, say, God, I'm your child. I'm in covenant with you. Show me the opportunity in this situation so I could prosper in the midst of famine. Okay. And that's for everyone. All of us are dealing with it in some way or the other. So just say, God, show me, and he will help you. And continue to steward everything. God, what is in my hand, my talents, my giftings? What am I good at? What am I not good at? How can I do this? Who can I talk to? Who do I have in my corner that I could talk to, that could give me some advice? And Google is your friend. I tell everybody, just if you can't find people, Google it and see what's on there and see what's out there, so you can be a good steward and you can maximize everything God has given you. Okay, action plan for the week. What is your innovative? What is your innovative? Okay. And then, are you seeking God's instructions? Are you seeking God's instructions? And finally, what steps have you taken towards your innovative? What steps have you taken towards creating that innovative? What have you done? Don't just sit and think and dream. One person was saying, it's no longer time to dream or wish, it's time to do. This is the time to do and say, God, what steps can I take to be and do what you've called me to do and do it well? Okay, so take that action plan and run with it. We thank you for today. For those of you who hear us talking about God, asking God, you're like, I do not know God. I mean, what in the world? I wish I knew God the way you knew him, so I can hear from him and talk to him and he can give you all these instructions. What do I need to do? All you have to do is bow your heads right now and just say the simple prayer with us. Lord Jesus, forgive me of my sins. I ask you into my life to be the Lord of my life from this day forward. Make me your child. I love you, God. In Jesus' name, amen. And just like that, what? Welcome to the family of God. You have been chosen for such a time as this. Enjoy the presence of God. Get to a Bible believing church where Jesus is preached, God is preached, and the Holy Ghost is preached. Get a Bible from Amazon, Lifeway.com, Barnes and Noble, any bookstore, and then get the app on your iPhone or the YouVersion Bible app on your iPhone or your iPad. I'm not sure about the desktops. And you can read it, you can listen to it, you can highlight it, you can get devotionals, you can get references, and every type of version known to man on this phone. And you can get into the Word of God and get to know God for yourself and get to know his characteristics and get to know what he wants you to do. And then finally, build a life of prayer, build a life of communication with God, have those God conversations and have him minister to you and you minister to him. And you will see God do things like never before in your life because you're now in a relationship with God. He's your father, you're his child, and you're in covenant with him. And he's there looking out for you, and you're there advancing the kingdom of God in every way possible. We want to thank you for being with us. We hope you continue to enjoy God. Go on our website, favorofagreatgod.com. Check out everything we have on there. Check out the new stuff coming up. We have even more once we get them solidified. We'll let you know. And we're just building and building and keep on stewarding. Keep on stewarding that money for generational wealth. Keep on stewarding that gift so you can make an impact in the earth. Keep on stewarding that business. Keep on stewarding your families. Keep on stewarding everything God, that job, everything God has given you. Keep on stewarding well so that you can advance the kingdom of God and you can hear God say, well done. These are the last days, but we're not going down. We're only going up because with God, all things are possible. Everything's possible. I just learned from so many people during this time. I've been looking at all these different people and business people and everything and how they operate in the midst of all this. And I'm like, some of them are not even, they're not scared. They're like, no, 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 this is not time to be scared. This is where we can get some of our best opportunities. And I'm like, well, if they can have the outlook, what about the church of God? We are God's people and we can have it as well. So look for the opportunities and expect God to do great things with you because he is a great God. He can do anything. He cannot fail. All he can do is elevate and lift us up to our best selves because that's who God is. He's a God and he cannot fail. So enjoy the presence of God. Enjoy everything he has for you. And remember to have what? Father conversations. Bye-bye.